god, my hair looks like a wackadoo. Yeah, you look good. I don't care really. Here we go. Let me put this up higher just in case. Oh wow, that's crooked. That's lovely. I'm using my shoe. It's okay. No, it's not good. I'm talking about my senior show. I haven't really said anything about it, what the theme is, what anything, because as a fine art major, I have to have a whole show by the end of my year as a senior. Yeah, my show is about sharing veteran stories. It's bringing awareness to the situations they have, and when deciding on like a theme for a show, which I had to decide over the summer before I came back to school for my senior year, you have to pick something not broad, because you can't make art about something that has a bunch of stuff behind it. So you have to go down a specific path. So I couldn't just do it on veterans, just plain and simple. I chose to do it, I keep saying a lot, I'm so sorry. I was about to say it again. Oh my god. Let me think. Oh, the specifics of my show is that it's about the adjustment that veterans face when they come home, like especially combat veterans, like what challenges they face, what baggage they bring back. And it's on a scope, it's a broad, specific topic. It's not just PTSD, I don't want to focus just on that. It's also about the financial problems that happen when you come back, the physical disabilities, how that can affect your life, the inability to get a job, or struggling to find a job or place of employment. And some people end up homeless, and that's all a bunch of other stuff like that are part of the show and part of the stories. And all the stories are from specific stories from veterans that I've talked to. What else do I want to say? My show is, all the works are, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, that's wrong. All my works are on plaster. They're about 5 foot by 4 foot. They are all specific stories that I've been told or have been shared to me. They're all made of plaster, and plaster ties into the concept of my show about the whole, I'm not saying that veterans are fragile, like people, regular people like you and me, veterans, we're all stable. Plaster is used to build things. They're used to construct buildings, hold buildings together, just like military breaks you down, builds you back up, holds you together. The military holds you together while you're overseas. And then sometimes, even though we're all held up together, we fall apart. We don't fall apart completely. Sometimes we get bombed and it's completely like crash and burn, but sometimes it's just pieces and chips of us are coming off one at a time. And that's why some of my works, it's chipped off in some places. It's not because I stepped on it, which I have done, I'll admit, but it's become symbolic of like, it's chipping away at the person, it's chipping away at the story. Everything's not clear, everything has cracks, it's a haze, yeah. Don't know where else I was going with that. And I want my show to be for the people that wouldn't normally go to gallery shows, wouldn't be able to understand art. Each piece is supposed to be literal. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to know exactly what it is. It's catered towards my audience, and that's what I have to fight for. I want people, it's like people like regular people, they come to galleries, they might not even read the artist statement, the description of what the show is even about. They might not even read the little stories that I have tagged with each of my artworks on the wall, like describing the story, narrating the story, or any other types of written documents sharing the story, or listen. I have headphones that will be telling stories from the voices of people. They might not listen to those, but I want that person, if they don't read them or anything, don't have any knowledge, I want them to have some educational knowledge, some type of living through life knowledge about what the show is about through what they see, and them to be either the outcome of it after they look at it is similar, the outcome to be either like the story they're getting out of it is similar, or it's within the same subject, not like far out like one piece has an American flag in it with a tombstone or something, and someone thinks about flowers, like something way off the scope, that's what it's for. It's to get people to know the stories, understand them, be within that environment. And I'm gonna have an environment. I want people to be in the shoes of the veterans, because if you're not in the shoes, you don't understand, you're not connecting, you're not feeling, you're never going to change anything. You're never going to. I want to be an advocate for these people. I've been sharing stories since my sophomore year of college for different things, different situations, different social issues, political issues, trying to bring awareness to things and share stories. And I want people to understand veterans. I want them to connect human to human and help them in a way and raise awareness for it. And if I want people to feel it, I want them to be in the place. I'm gonna have an installation. Installation is when you can transform a room into something else, which I'm not entirely transforming, but I want to have like bits and pieces of like rubble from war that replicate the war rubble, things that replicate the environment of like Vietnam or something, different pieces that replicate the environment and what it looked like over there, as well as what civilian life is. Like, people are back home, there's pieces of them back in the war, there's pieces of them in the war that they don't remember, but they have to remember because they fought beside their buddies and they fought for their lives. Like, they can't forget it, you know, but they kind of do. It's like pieces are left in both places, and your mind goes back to different places. Things trigger you back to different places. Even if it's not even really PTSD where you're having flashbacks, it could be more of like you're in civilian life, but like your actions and the way you are, you're still like you're back in the military, or like you're back in the forces. And not all veteran stories are the same. Not every situation is the same. That's why I'm telling the story specifically, because it's different for every person. And by the way, my show's gonna have a disclaimer, so just in case anyone's uncomfortable with it, they are aware what they're like getting themselves into, and if they need to not attend the show. And I just really want the show to move people. But I'm excited for the future. This show, this whole thing is giving me a purpose. And I want to continue having that purpose of advocating for people, things, subjects. I want to keep going. I don't want to make art by myself. I want to just help people. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do. It's just sometimes you doubt yourself, but then you don't doubt yourself at the same time. And sometimes I think I'm ahead, but then other times I'm like, I am way freaking behind. And I love doing this show. And I hope to go do stuff after this. I don't know, whatever the future does. The show's gonna be great. I hope so.